Before I do anything this hour, the Tom Leykis Show is in the news again, and I feel obligated to let you know this first here before you hear about it elsewhere. You may have heard about a frivolous lawsuit that I've been involved in. I was sued by a 67-year-old former comedian named Marty Ingalls. And the reason he sued me was because he called in here under a pseudonym. He lied about his name, he lied about his age, and he lied about what he was going to talk about on the air. When he got on the air, he started engaging me in an argument, trying to bait me. And I wasn't taking the bait. And let's see. I want to get my exact quote here. I've got the transcript from the judge's decision here. I want to get the exact quote. What did I say? Here's what I said. He got on the air with me and got into an argument. And this transcript of the phone conversation, it goes about 2.5 pages. So I don't see how he could say he was discriminated against, which is what he said. But ultimately, and I'm quoting the transcript, ultimately I said, I don't really care how smart you are, pal. You know what? We have a targeted demographic on this program. You don't fit it, period. You're way too old, Pops. You don't belong on the air. Call a big band station. Call somebody else. Please, don't call here. It's called targeted demographics. Oh, it's all about advertising, isn't it? Yes, yes, it is. Do you hear how many commercials are on this show? We sell lots of advertising because we've got a targeted demographic that people want to buy. And it doesn't include people who don't go out or ride motorcycles or drive expensive cars, drink beer. That was me. That's me quoted in the decision that just came down today. Marty Ingalls sued Westwood One, our network, and me under the Unruh Act of the state of California, claiming he was discriminated against according to his age. My response to that is I didn't discriminate. He got on the air and I treated him like crap, like so many other callers. But he was trying to make a claim that I was discriminating illegally. And the judges affirmed our right to screen calls. The judges affirmed our right to decide who gets on the air, for whatever reason we decide. They affirmed our First Amendment rights to do that, which we knew we had First Amendment rights to do that. But at 67, Marty Ingalls apparently has a lot of free time on his hands, must have a lot of money, too, because the judges say he has to pay all our attorney's fees and all court costs. Must be nice to have that money to piss away there, huh, Marty? So, he went on, by the way, I want to point out, he went on the TV show Celebrity Justice, and he was using this to get publicity for himself. I don't even know at 67 why you don't just sit back there in Encino, pal, and just enjoy the good life if things are so good. You can't stop. You know how many lawsuits this guy files? It's outrageous. I mean, you put the words Marty Ingalls and lawsuit into Google or Yahoo, I mean, the guy is always involved in a lawsuit or some kind of pissing match with people. So, the judges in this case, this is the 2nd Appellate District Court of Appeal, State of California. They affirmed our right to tell this guy who lied to Dino to get on the air that he did not have a right to be on the air. We have a right and a responsibility to decide who gets on the air. In fact, the FCC will tell you the radio stations and the people providing radio shows to those radio stations have a responsibility to decide who gets on the air. Everybody does not get on the air. This is not like selling subway tokens and saying certain people can't get on the subway. Some people are on the air and some people are not, and that's that. We've always been very honest about the fact that we screen our calls here, and will continue to do so. So we'll see if Marty wants to go on Celebrity Justice and talk about losing this case for the second time now he's lost. It was thrown out once before, and they reinstituted. Let's see if Celebrity Justice now will go over and cover Marty. Get his concession speech. Or does he have more money he wants to waste? Who the hell knows? It's Leykis 101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. More importantly, we teach women how men think. I am your professor. This is my classroom. Class is in session. This is where we teach the tenets of Leykis 101. In class today, students, I want to talk a little bit about the 3 strikes you're out rule. And for those of you new to this class, you should know that Leykis 101 students subscribe to the 3 strikes you're out law. And we're not talking about violent criminals in the state of California. We are talking about women who continue to go out with you and never put out. Now, if you're looking for a wife or a girlfriend, I mean, you're looking for love, the 3 strikes you're out law doesn't apply to you. Because, let's face it, this is a class for people who want to get laid. But there's a time when you have to cut your losses, as I like to say. Many of you have ignored the 3 strikes you're out rule, or you came into this program after dating a woman for 3, 4, 5, 6 months without ever seeing her naked. And it's time for you to do a little gut check, boys. Time for you to say, am I ever going to get laid here? Women love to brag about how long they get us to wait. Are you kidding? I was with a woman one time who said to me, oh, yeah, I once made a guy wait 8 months. 8 months! Now, she was telling this to me, and I hadn't had sex with her yet. Should have been a red flag. I mean, she was bragging about this. And if you think they brag to you about it, imagine what they say to their girlfriends. Did you give in? Did you give it to him? No, he's still waiting. Still taking me to dinner, still buying me drinks, still sending limos to my house. Next week, he's taking me away for the weekend. We're going to have separate beds. Can you believe that? Yeah. Boys, if you've been dating somebody for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and there is no sign that she is even attracted to you, it's time to drop kick her through the uprights, okay? Time to crumple her up and toss her like a used Kleenex. It's time to go. I want to remind you, boys, that if you are dating somebody and not getting sex, remember, at the very least, sex is part of a relationship. If you're looking for a relationship and you're with somebody who won't have sex with you, you do not have a relationship unless sex is part of it. Sex is part of it. Don't let women browbeat you into believing the opposite. Don't. I'm telling you. It's Leykis 101. I am your professor. If you're looking to avoid commitment, avoid relationships, avoid marriage, if you're looking to get to the shortest distance between 2 points, you want to get sex without wasting time listening to her going blah, 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 without spending a lot of time or money on her, you've come to the right place.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
The more you educate our men, you're pretty much screwing me over. I mean, I love going out and not taking a penny, just my ID. I mean, come on, cut me some slack. Give a doc a bone.
I'll give you a bone.
It's Leykis 101 on the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. Leykis 101. 1-800-5800-TOM. I'm your professor, Angela, on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi there, Tom. How are you doing today?
Do you care, Angela?
I actually care very much. And what I want to say, too, is, by the way, I absolutely love your show. I listen to you all the time. I love it because you're honest. Like, you're one of these, like, I can actually call you and get honest information. And, like, a lot of people don't like your show, but I'm going to tell you right now, I love it. And also, what my question really is I've always wondered, what is your opinion about a slut? Because you're always talking about how, women should give it up, 3 strikes, you're out, all that stuff. And, I mean, like, yeah, I totally feel that that's the way that it should be. But there's so many stigmas that come with that.
Oh, yeah, but here's the bottom line. Most of us will not marry a slut.
Sure.
But we would certainly have sex with a slut. In fact, when we meet you, we're hoping you're a slut.
I know that definitely, but in fact, you are hoping that. But, like, as I'm saying, too, is a lot of, like, I live with, like, 3 other guys. And they'll, come home and to be like, yeah, I met this girl and she boned me and, like, the second hour I knew her, oh, my God, the girl's such a whore,
Yeah, such a whore, but he didn't turn her down, did he? He didn't say, hey, you whore.
Well, of course not.
How could you sit on me and ride me like a pony? You're a whore.
Of course not. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect.
So first he accepts the offer, then he criticizes it.
Exactly, and that's where I'm looking for the insight.
But the point is, look, if you're looking to get laid, you would have already gotten what you wanted, and he would have gotten what he wanted. And then if he has that opinion afterwards, so what?
True. But do you consider a girl, if you just meet, you can't tell me if you just meet a girl and then you end up, doing it with her, that you're going to have any respect for her. You might have some.
Why do you care if we have respect for you?
Because,
when I use a urinal and I'm done tinkling, do I have respect for that porcelain thing? No.
That's a really awesome analogy, but...
Well, but that's... I have said many times, dear, I hate to say it, but, when you're having a casual encounter with somebody, you're a sperm receptacle.
Really? But...
That's what you are. Expecting respect is ridiculous. We're not talking about marriage or love here. We're talking about sex. We're talking about boning.
Okay, so, wow, though. Well, I do see where you're going with that by far, but you make it out to seem like any woman that doesn't jump your bones, the first time she meets you, you make it out to seem like, oh, that woman's a stingy, No,
I say 3 strikes, you're out. It doesn't have to be the first one.
Yeah.
But after 3...
Think about it. 3 dates. Sometimes, I don't know. I like things to be comfortable when I actually get with somebody. I like some things to be comfortable to where, I'm not worried about, whether or not I'm ever going to talk to this guy again. It's kind of one of those issues where,
But why do you assume you would never talk to him again? If you're good in the sack, if you're hot, if you're a cool chick, you will hear from him again.
That's true.
The only guys who don't call back are guys who are unsatisfied. I do not know a single guy out there who said, she gave it up the other first night, it was spectacular, and I'm never calling her again. Ever. And most guys I know call too much.
Let's see. Well, yeah, I do understand that point to a fact. Yeah, of course, if it is a good lay, then yeah, if the relationship is based off of sex, but really, I'm just kind of understanding, what is your viewpoint, though, of a slut? What is your viewpoint?
Personally, I've been with women who've been with a lot of people. Here's my view of a slut. I don't have a problem with a woman being a slut as long as she's not jaded about sex by the time I get my hands on her. Okay? I was once with somebody who had been with over 100 guys, including a number of different musicians. Famous musicians, in fact. Names you've heard of. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I had no problem with this because I said to myself, wow, she's probably been a freak. She's probably done everything. She'll probably do anything I want because she's done it all. There'll be no such thing as her going, you don't touch that. You don't put your finger there. She's probably done everything with everybody. So we get together. We're living together. And so I would suggest things that were just not the missionary position, things that were not the norm.
Of course.
And I'm saying them like this. Oh, let's try something interesting. Let's try something different. Let's try. And her response was like this. Oh yeah, I've done that before. All right. Do you want to?
But is that any fun?
Well, that's my point. You see, there are sluts who love sex and continue to love sex and continue to be inspired and creative and have a good time. There are other sluts who are just shop-worn, the tread is worn down to the bottom. They've been over the speed bump too many times. They're like just completely have no interest. It's like people who sit at the slot. You ever see those people who sit at the slot machine for 6 or 7 hours?
Zombies,
They're just staring ahead. They don't even look to the left or right. They're like that. They're like an alcoholic who's finishing his, finished his entire bottle of Jack Daniels. And he's sitting there with his eyes crossed. You're just kind of sitting there. That's what they're... again, there are different kinds of sluts. The ones I want are the ones who are still into it. And if I propose walking you around the room like you're a wheelbarrow, as I nail you, you don't start saying, okay, I've done that. If you want to do it, fine. You're not the first person who ever thought of it. You're like, come on!
Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, and that's awesome, too, because I've been really interested in your viewpoint, just, as I said, because you're insanely honest, and it's awesome. Like, I get tired of, like, I'll ask my guy friends, and even though they're my friends, you know, they're kind of like, oh, no, we like to wait, and stuff like that, and that's awesome that you...
They're just saying that because they're waiting for you.
Probably. Who knows?
Sounds good to you, they think, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's so awesome. I'm really happy that I got some insight on that. Do you think you could...
So anytime you want to be my slut, baby, you know where I am.
Oh, well, thank you. Awesome, dude. Where are you even located? Aren't you in Los Angeles?
I am, but I'm mobile.
Mobile. I see. Well, if you ever come to Reno, I'll definitely come and say hello.
I may be in Reno one of these days.
Oh, I'll listen to the show.
You'll do more than say hello, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Wonderful. Well,
And if you don't walk out of there with my handprint on your ass, you've done it wrong.
Maybe I'm just ugly.
Oh, I'll find out when I get there.
You're so awesome. All right, Tom. Well, thank you so much. Could you blow me?
Up? Sure. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Vicky on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Vicky.
First time.
Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say I love you and I love your show. It's
Thank
awesome.
you. Yes.
I'm having a problem, though.
What is the problem?
I have been seeing this guy for like 2 months now. We live far away from each other, so we don't get to see each other that often, maybe like once every 2 weeks or so. And we haven't slept together yet.
You didn't meet him on the Internet, did you?
No.
How did you meet him?
Through a friend.
All right. And you've seen him how many times?
It's probably been like 7 times.
And he has not expressed an interest in having sex? Or you have not allowed him to have sex?
No, if he expressed it, I'd be all for it. We've kissed and stuff, but it never really goes much further than that.
Mm-hmm. And when you say you've been dating him, dating equals porking. You're not dating anybody. He's your pal. Right? I mean, he's no more than a friend.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, we kiss.
Yeah, well,
I'll usually kiss all my friends.
Yeah, well, that's my point. And you do kiss some of them?
No.
You don't kiss any of your friends?
Not my male friends.
Not even on the cheek?
No.
And you sure the guy's not gay or...
I don't think so.
Has some disease he's afraid you're going to find out about, or...
I don't know. I don't think so, not that I know of.
All right. And have you tried the miraculous idea of asking him?
Oh, no. I mean, we've talked about it sometimes. Like, we'll make, like, little flirtatious conversations.
No. I'm talking about, nuts and bolts. You sit down and you say, why is it that we don't have sex? Why?
Well, he told me once before that he's a little uncomfortable. I'm a single mom, and...
Oh, so he's afraid of knocking you up?
No.
How do you know?
I'm all for birth control. I really don't want to get knocked up again. It was a big mistake to me.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not afraid.
Oh. Well, he just said that, I don't know, because I have a son that he sees me as someone with more responsibility, and he doesn't want it just to be a fling or something like that.
Dr. Tony Grant, in a book called Being a Woman, wrote about the Madonna whore complex. If you read that book, you will read a chapter that talks about this syndrome in guys who are afraid to have sex with a woman who's a mother, including their own wives sometimes. Once the girlfriend becomes a wife, becomes a mom, suddenly there are some guys who freak about that.
Yeah, he just said that I don't know, he said usually he's used to seeing people more often, like every day, because we live far away from each other.
Well, you know, this is not going to go anywhere, this relationship. Besides, it's a long-distance relationship. Can't you find anybody in the 818 to hang out with?
Probably, yeah.
Wouldn't that be a good idea?
People.
By the way, dear, I believe that people who have long-distance relationships generally are looking to avoid having relationships. They're afraid of having a relationship.
Maybe I am, but I at least want to get laid.
But dear, how about you telling me there's nobody with an erection in the San Fernando Valley?
Oh, no, I'm not saying I can't get laid. I just want to get laid by him.
Yeah, but he's not doing it, and he told you why.
Yeah.
And he lives how far away?
Real far.
How far?
It's like over 100 miles.
Over 100 miles away. Dear, move on. You know what? You can always have sex with him if he decides to change his mind. But you should have plates spinning, dear. But are you in love with this guy?
No.
Well, then why aren't you dating other guys?
Well, I kind of am.
Well, then why aren't you having sex with them?
I kind of am.
What do you kind of am?
Yeah.
Have sex with them.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You're not going to have every man you want. Every man doesn't have every woman he wants.
Yeah.
This guy has his own issues. He told you his issue. That's not easy for a guy to talk about, and he told it to you. And he lives far away. Everything's going against this situation. Find some other opportunities.
Yeah.
You can't always get what you want, as the song said.
You don't think that, like, if we got to spend more time together, things would be different?
You can't. He lives far away.
Yeah.
You are a single mom. You can't be traveling 60 miles to go see somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't stay out at his place. Where's your kid going to go?
Yeah.
And how would that creep him out if you brought the kid with you?
Oh, no.
He'll just sleep in the other room.
No.
Right?
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Tom.
All right, so
I just didn't want to see it.
Yeah, well, the reality is, as a single mom, you're pretty much anchored at your apartment or your house, wherever you are. Your kid has to go to school, needs you to make corn dogs or Hot Pockets or whatever you have to do. And this guy is a single guy who lives 60 miles away, and he's probably dating other people who don't have kids, who are available anytime, 24 hours a day, unlike you.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the reality of your situation.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thanks, Tom.
All right. Good luck.
1-800-5800-TOM.
From what I gather, you're saying they're sluts if they sleep with you and they're bitches if they don't.
Yes, actually, that comes from the Tom Leykis glossary.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis 101, I am your professor. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Sarah on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sarah.
Love the show.
Thank you.
You're the best. Like the other person you talked about earlier, I waited 8 months, for somebody to have sex. It never happened. And for all those girls out there, it doesn't worth the wait. If he doesn't put out, just get out.
There at least has to be some amount of affection or touching.
It has to be, but
nasty emails or something. There has to be something.
Right. I agree. Anyhow, so I get out. I meet this new guy. Because of a bad experience I had, we hit it off right away. We have sex. And anyhow, we've been dating for 3 months. He mentioned at the first we talked about it that, you know, he's monogamous, blah, blah, blah. But the question is, how can I know that, you know, we're just hanging out, or we're dating, or should I ask, or, you know,
Why?
I just don't want to...
Does it matter?
I mean, it somewhat matters, but, you know, I just like to know.
Can't you just enjoy it for what it is?
You know, it's good to know.
No, dear. Clearly you're not enjoying it.
I am actually enjoying it, but...
Yeah, but you have all these doubts, all these questions. Now, you know, let me tell you something. Nothing guys hate more than to hear the phrase, we've got to talk.
No, I never say that.
What am I to you? Am I your girlfriend?
Right.
Am I your lover? What do you tell people? When you tell people you know me, what do you tell them? Do you tell them I'm your friend? What do you tell them?
I don't ask that at all.
What do you say?
I understand.
Guys hate that.
I understand. That's why I'm asking you. I don't want it to go into that phrase with him, like, you know, what are we? I just hate doing that. I just, you know, I don't like that. I like him to be comfortable.
Well,
I don't want to be pushy.
Well, but you're being pushy by asking him about this.
Okay.
I mean, let me ask you a few basic questions, okay?
Okay.
You say you want to know if it's more than just sex. Is it just sex?
I mean, he spends most of his weekends with me. You know, we hang out a lot. We go out, or, you know.
What do you do?
I mean, all sorts of things. We, you know, go dinner, go hanging out, go to galleries, or go out to dinner, you know, all sorts of things.
Have you met his friends?
No.
Have you met his family?
No, I haven't.
All right.
They live away.
All right. You are very early in a relationship, but
I know.
But here's the deal. You're early in it.
Right.
You see, if it's just sex, here are some of the signs that it's just sex.
Okay.
Okay. We only see you at night. Never see you in the light of day.
Right.
Another example, never meet the friends, never meet the family.
Okay.
Another example, usually see each other after one of you or both of you is boozing.
Okay, that doesn't happen. Never happens.
And another one is we don't eat dinner with you, we don't go to movies with you, we don't go to art galleries with you.
Okay.
Right.
So the fact he spends time can, you know...
Yes, and knowing this, you should not ruin it by starting to ask him questions.
Sure, okay.
Now, I've given you the signs. You've given me the signs that you're in the early stages of a relationship.
Right.
But don't start asking him all those questions. It will kill it.
Right. Okay. I don't want to be naggy. I believe in you.
Yeah, believe me, that's the deal. The reason I know is because I've had many just sexual relationships.
Right.
And these women know who they are. I've never seen them in the sunlight. I've never seen them without having a couple of glasses of wine or a couple of beers.
Right.
I couldn't tell you their parents' names or where they live. Sometimes I don't know their last names.
Right.
These are some of the examples.
Okay. Well, thank you, and love you. You're the best, and blow me up.
Here you go, Sarah.
$1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Let's say we bring her home and say, well, we just want to cuddle. What do you think they'd think?
We're gay. That's what they think.
Yeah, exactly. That's impossible. You know, if a girl gets into my bed, she's going to get it every way except Tuesday.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Leykis 101. I am your professor. Carol on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Carol.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
I need your advice.
Yes.
I've been with my boyfriend for over 2 years now. In the beginning, like the first year, he, you know, treated me like crap a lot of the time. And as much as I hate to admit it, I loved it. Thus, I'm still around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, suddenly, all of a sudden, he's
turned the tables and now is acting like a total pussy. And
give us some of the symptoms.
Well, just don't hurt me. You keep hurting me with these things you say, and please don't leave me, and just totally a bitch. And I just don't know what to do. I mean, maybe it's because he recently lost his job. Maybe I'm just giving it to him really good lately, or what. But how do I get this back to where it was?
Well,
or at least a happy medium.
Usually, now you don't live with him, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I plan on marrying him. I'm 28 years old, and we were together for over a year when I moved in. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the thing is that the best way to take care of somebody like this is to be able to put them on ice for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of hard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're living with him now, so you've kind of precluded that option.
Yeah.
But, what was it about the way he treated you like crap that you really loved?
Well, it just made me feel like special, kind of, like he just, well, he always used to say, the same stuff you say, that, oh, God, now I just lost my train of thought.
He used to say the stuff I say.
Yeah, about...
So, what was he like? Irresponsible, unreliable, said he would call you, didn't call you?
Not so much that, but like, you have to treat a girl like crap for her to stay around.
Yeah.
Women can't, you love being treated like crap.
And you agreed.
I agreed, and it worked. But now
you miss the good old days when he treated you like crap.
I guess I do. Or at least a happy medium.
Yeah.
And I
don't know if you're living with him, I don't know if that's fixable. Because, these guys, when they're whipped, as he apparently is, they start getting pussified. That's how it happens. And the thing is, if you're not living with the guy, you can just be standoffish. You can be too busy to call him for a few nights and make him wonder what you're up to. Kind of drag him into a little war.
Yeah, I guess I could kind of still do that, though, even though I live with him, because I work all day, don't get home till like 6:30.
Yeah.
And if I'm just kind of, ignoring him and not wanting to talk and doing my own thing, even if it's not intentional, he just gets all in a, tizzy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I can just try doing that a lot more.
Yeah. Maybe just a few spankies along the way will get him a little cranky.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for your time, Tom, and take me out old school.
All right, Carol, here you go. Ah, yes. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. tom@blowmeuptom.com. Or call our comment line 24 hours a day, 310-842-9592. To send us a text message, send it to TXTOM. That's 89866. 89866 for your text messages.
The Tom Leykis Show.